Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. And today's unboxing and review is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be venturing into the 1/12 scale world for the first time on this channel. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at Neca's take on the Amphibian Man from the 2017 Oscar-winning film by Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. Bit of background on this. Before I got into 1/6 scale figures, I collected a lot of 1/12 scale figures, and let me know in the comments section below, is that something you'd like to see more of on the channel? Is that something that you'd like to see? Please comment in the comment section below, let me know. And we'll be more than happy to oblige. This figure is brand new, never been opened, so it's a voyage of discovery for all of us on this one. But a little bit of background on the film itself. The Amphibian Man was played by Doug Jones, who is a creature who was captured on and experimented on in the 1960s Baltimore by the evil Mr. Strickland, played by Michael Shannon. A very, very good performance from him too. If you haven't seen this movie, I do recommend you seeking it out. If you haven't seen any Del Toro films, I recommend seeking them out. One of my personal favourites being Pan's Labyrinth, as well as The Shape of Water. But yeah, the titular character is played by Doug Jones, who develops a rather unusual relationship while in captivity with the cleaner the facility he's being held at. But that's enough about the movie. We're here to take a look at the figure itself. The format will be as it always is on this channel. We'll take a quick look at the box, then we'll dive down to the table to have a look at all the accessories that the figure comes with, and we'll be ending on a mini showcase. Having a look at how this figure displays. So yeah, the box itself, rather unusual. This, obviously, it's a much smaller box than we're used to. Pretty much standard Neca fare here. On the front cover here, you've got this rather lovely poster image from the film itself of the Amphibian Man and the cleaner underwater. It says The Shape of Water at the bottom there. Around the sides, just The Shape of Water. Amphibian Man at the bottom here. This is part of the signature collection, which I have quite a lot of the figures of. Don't have all of them, but I have quite a lot of them, and this was number 5 in that collection. And you know, if this is something you're wanting to see more of, please let me know, and we can break out the other ones in the series as well. On the back here, some very, very nice photos of the figure itself. A brief description of the film, Neca in the top right hand corner, The Shape of Water, and some more of the figures that are available in the signature collection, the Del Toro signature collection. On the other side, Shape of Water again. On the top here, just says The Shape of Water, usual warnings, Neca there, and an unbroken seal. Brand new this is as well. So yeah, as with a lot of the Neca boxes, this is a Velcro fastening, and it folds open, and what you've got is obviously the figure inside there under a clear plastic cover. And on this side, a very, very nicely photographed image of the figure itself, made to look like it's underwater. So yeah, that's the box. Very nice it is too. So without further ado, let's break that seal, let's get this figure out, and let's dive down onto the table and have a look at all the accessories that come with Amphibian Man. Okay, so here we are, down on the table with all the accessories that come with your Amphibian Man figure from The Shape of Water. Not a vast amount to go at here, but yeah, so this should be relatively brief, and we'll get the figure out and take a close-up look at the figure itself. But what you do get is very, very good indeed. Let's start with these extra arms. You get 2 extra arms. Now, obviously, because we're dealing with 12 scale here and not and not 6 scale, the detailing isn't going to be as good. Simply because as the smaller you get, the harder it is to get that detailing in. But I'm suitably impressed from the get-go on the paintwork on this figure. I think what they've done here, I mean, there are 2 extra arms here, and the purpose of those will become clear when we get the figure out itself. But pretty much throughout the entire figure, it looks to me like they've used a translucent plastic and then used paint applications to give it colour. And very nice it is too, very screen accurate. What you've got down the side of these arms are these fins, which have been given a very, very light wash, and then the arm itself, which has been given a slightly heavier green wash, and there are greens in here, browns in here, blacks on the end of the, I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, blacks on the end of the fingernails. There are these blue highlights on the knuckles, on the joints of the fingers and the digits, which are screen accurate as well. It's a pegged hand, so you've got some flexibility in there for posing, and these peg in to the arms if you're wanting to replace them. And yeah, you get two of those, two spare arms. And very, very nicely done they are too. I think that this idea of using translucent plastic and then painting directly onto it is a really, really good idea for this figure, because not only does it give it that sort of, should we say, fish-like quality almost, it also adds a level of what looks like wetness to the figure itself, which is really in keeping with the look and the screen accuracy. So yeah, very, very nice spare arms there. You also get this 12 scale plate with some eggs on it. Now, those of you who have seen the film will know that the cleaner brings him eggs every day and feeds him eggs, and that's how their relationship starts to blossom. So yeah, you've got this rather nice little plate of 12 scale eggs there as well, which you can use in the display too. These two little pieces here will actually become more obvious what these are when we get the figure out, but these actually clip in to the underneath of the arms to add some extra sort of webbing effect for when he raises his arms when he's swimming. But we'll take a look at a close. I mean, they're simply painted translucent plastic, but it's not just being given one wash. It's actually darker at this tip here, so you know it's not just a clear piece of plastic. It has had some paint washes on it, so very nice they are too. Let's take a look at this. There are two head sculpts with this figure. This is the second of the two. Now the actual detailing on here for its size is absolutely phenomenal. I will try and get the lights in here just so we can yeah, I'll shift both lights around so we can get the most light possible on this head sculpt. Now I'm sure the camera is picking this up. Let me just check that that's in focus. Yes, it looks like it is. It looks like it's in focus. The level of detail here for something this small is absolutely excellent. The eyes have been painted really, really well. That's screen accurate. And I'm not sure if the camera is actually picking this up. There's actually even some little dots around the eyes there. There are dots on the top of the head. There are different colour gradients here. There's even a touch of purple there and blues lightening up as it comes down the forehead. The skin texturing and the scaling is really, really nice and screen accurate. This is the sort of, shall we say, angry, upset head sculpt. And this actually has an articulated jaw. And you can actually see inside the mouth there. The teeth have been well painted. The inside of the mouth has been well painted. I mean, what we come to expect from a Neca 12 scale figure. But the addition of this articulated jaw is really, really nice. Gives you that variety of different poses and different moods also for the character itself. But yeah, just very, very well done. And the usual ball peg neck joint there for swapping out. Not my preferred head sculpt, to be honest with you. I prefer the one that's actually on the figure itself. It's his more, I'm not saying benign, but that serene look and quality that the character has. He only loses his chips on a couple of occasions in the film, but yeah, this swap out head's there if you're wanting to use it, so very nice that is too. Elephant in the room, let's take a look at this base. Really, really nice addition. Neca are known for their accessories, but I think they've really, really excelled themselves here. What you've got here is it's a replication of the base that he's on, or the part of the room that he's actually on, where he's chained up. It's all one piece of plastic. It's hollow, but yeah, just very, very well done, and just grounds the figure, gives it some. Gives it a sense of place. It places the figure within the film itself. But yeah, the paintwork is really, really nice on this base. You've got multiple paint applications there to create this stone effect floor. There's weathering on there, there's weathering on the edges, there's weathering on these indentations here where the chains are. It's got no feet on it, so if you're placing it on a glass surface, I would say exercise caution. It might slide around because it's not the heaviest thing in the world. A really nice touch as well is this. They've given a coating. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the camera is picking that up. Yeah, as the light bounces off it, they've given this wet look to a wet look coating. Not all over the base, just in certain areas, just in this area in the centre here, which looks like water. It looks damp, but it's not all one shade. There's different shades in there. It looks like it's picked up dirt as well. Just a really, really nice touch there to give it that sense of realism. Now these chains do attach to the figure itself. You've got one here. Now these chains are metal, which is nice to see. A great little touch there from Neca. What you've got is this plastic neck clamp. Now to attach this to Amphibian Man, it's very, very simple really. All you need to do is take the head sculpt off, put this on, pop the head sculpt back on. And it's very, very well painted to look like metal. Obviously it's all plastic, but it's got multiple paint applications on there to give it that shading and that metallic look, and it's just really, really nice and very, very well done. It's the same paint applications and sculpting on the wrist holders as well, or the handcuffs. And once again, these are very, very simple to apply. Simply take the hand off, slot it onto the wrist, reattach the hand, and so you can pose him. Having seen some photographs of posers with this, a lot of people have him on his knees, some people have him stood up, but yeah, it really, really does add to the authenticity and grounds and places the figure really, really well. So yeah, that is the base, and very nice it is too, and really, really nice to see Neca producing stands and bases of this high quality at this scale. So yeah, that's all the bits and pieces that come with your Amphibian Man figure. So without further ado, let's bring out the guy himself. We'll get him onto this stand. Now there are no foot pegs in here, so he's gonna have to be freestanding. But yeah, let's bring the guy out himself. Let's get him onto the turntable and have a close-up look at the figure itself. Okay, so here he is out of the box, onto the stand, onto the turntable. It's Amphibian Man from Shape of Water. And straight out of the box, I am exceptionally impressed. I really, really am. Things that impress me the most, first of all, the screen accuracy. How they have managed to replicate this in 1/12 scale. I mean, Neca are past masters of 1/12 scale, obviously. They've been at it for years. And they've really, really honed their craft, and it shows in this figure. How they pack so much detail and so much accuracy into something this small never ceases to amaze me. But yeah, as always, we'll start from the top and work our way up. We'll probably have to get this guy off the stand and get him into the camera so you can see some of the wonderful details on here. But yeah, let's stop him from spinning and slow him down and then stop him. Let's turn him around and bring him into shot. And straight away, the first thing that I really appreciated on this particular figure, having owned a fair few Neca 12 scale figures, is the fact that they have actually done the joints in the same translucent plastic with the same paint applications. Sometimes in Neca figures, obviously you're going to get visible joints with these guys this small. There's nothing you can do about that. But the fact that they've actually gone to the trouble of actually using the same type of plastic and giving it a paint wash to match the rest of the body is really, really good. And I think it hides some of those ugly joints really well. So yeah, as with the head sculpt, the body itself is all this translucent plastic. I'll actually pick him up and bring him into shot so you can see this. We'll turn these lights around so we can get as much light on him as possible. That wonderful wet effect is carried on throughout this guy, but it's the sculpt is really, really nice. The skin texturing there, the paint applications, those blue highlights are continued all the way down the legs, all the way into the feet. The feet are on ball joints. The knees obviously there is some bend there. This is literally straight out of the box, so it's going to be quite stiff because it's brand new. The only one thing I did actually pick up on when I took him out of the box, I'm not sure if the camera can catch this. I'll try and angle it so you can see it. These fins here are quite solid. Well, they've got give to them. They're not as solid as the legs themselves, and it looks like one might have slightly come away there. I don't know whether that's a glue issue or whether it's just because it's been sat in the box for quite some time, but a minor detail that can be sorted out afterwards. But yeah, that translucent plastic, as I say, really does give this this figure a feeling of wetness and of that fish-like quality that we spoke about before. But yeah, those fins are carried on. They're on the back of the calves here. They run up the thighs. As I say, that flexible plastic, which is great, which means less chance of breakage. It runs up the back here, once again screen accurate, and the paint applications. Get this right into camera so you can see it. The paint applications on this back fin here are really great. They are. There's a translucent sections between the spines themselves, but the spines are being painted a slightly different colour so that they catch the light and are picked out. Same with the fins on the arms as well. They've got a slightly more pinky reddy hue to them. Let's take a look at this head sculpt. This is my preferred head sculpt simply because I think it really does capture that slightly sad look that the character has in the film, because he is a tragic character after all, and I just think it captures that likeness perfectly. It's got the same quality of same high standards of paintwork and sculpt on there. These fins on the neck are very, very nice. I would say exercise a little bit of caution if you're picking this figure up and you're twisting the head to pose it, that it doesn't rub on the sides here. But they're flexible, so they shouldn't break, but they might damage the rather nice paint applications on there. And it's also probably worthy of note at this point that Doug Jones played the Amphibian Man himself, who was also he also played Abe Sapien in Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy, and I believe was also in Blade as well. The character itself that appeared in Shape of Water, the Amphibian Man, and the film itself was actually born out of the fact that Del Toro was trying to get the rights to remake The Creature from the Black Lagoon, but unfortunately it never came to fruition. I would have loved to have seen his take on that. So in disgust at not being able to secure the rights, he went off and made Shape of Water and won several Oscars as a result. But yeah, Doug Jones seems to be a go-to for characters for Guillermo del Toro, and they've captured. Although, I mean, I say they captured his likeness. He's under so much makeup in this prosthetics in this suit, but it is unmistakably Doug Jones. And I suppose if you were wanting to try and do an Abe Sapien custom job, this might be a good place to start. But yeah, really, that's all there is to see here. A fantastic job, as always, from Neca. Let's put him back on the stand so you can see him in all his glory. Getting these guys to stand independently obviously isn't the easiest thing in the world. They are very, very light, and because of the nature of the joints themselves, the freestanding isn't the easiest thing in the world, so it takes a bit of finagling. Let's just take a look at, before we wrap this whole thing up, let's just take a look at these spare arms and how they fit on, and those and these two accessory fins almost. Now, this is the first time I've done this on camera, so bear with me if I get this wrong. What you do here is if you lift the arms up, and as I say, this is a brand new figure, it's the first time it's literally moved, so it's going to be stiff, but we'll try and get this in shot. If you can, I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up. I'll get my hand underneath there. If you can see that where my thumb is, there is actually a slot underneath the arm here. Now, I believe, and I'm going to try and do this on camera, and I'm hoping I get this right, because I don't know which way around these go. No, it's not that way. Okay, I should have rehearsed this section. I think that's the right one. I believe they actually slot in like this. He said confidently, yeah, there we go, that's one in. And I shall do the other one. Now I've seen how these things fit in. They simply slot in to these little grooves under the arms there, like that. Okay, and then if you just carefully lower the arms back down, once you've got them in place, what it does is it gives him that extra underarm fin, I shall call it, for want of a better expression. I really do like this look. I think I will be posing him with this, with his arms out. A small hair got into shot there, but I will be posing him with his arms slightly out. Let's get him back on the stand so you can see those with the light behind them. If he might not want to stand up at this point, simply because with the arms out. Oh no, he's stood up. Let's get him rotating again as well, so you can see that rather nice effect. I do like that. Little touches like that really do separate Neca and give this piece that extra dimension. But yeah, there you have it. That's the Amphibian Man, as played by Doug Jones in Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water. I'm very impressed, I am too. So what we'll do next is what we'll always do, is we'll zip over to the Detolf, we'll do a little mini showcase, see how this guy displays under the Detolf lights, and wrap this whole thing up. Before we do that though, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's liked, commented and subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, mash that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything that's coming up. What have we got coming up? As I said before, if 12th scale is your thing, if this is something you've enjoyed, please comment in the comment section below. Let us know. There's plenty more 12th scale that we can take a look at if that's something that is of interest to you. What else have we got coming up? Well, back in the 6th scale world, I shall just check my list. Very, very soon, we've got the BM Project Akira Bite to go with the Canada figure that we recently reviewed on the channel. That's coming in very, very soon. Neca again, the Neca Alien Queen, that's coming in very, very soon as well. A new one, a 6th scale company I've not heard of before, 6 Feet Lane Studio, the Riddler from the Batman. So that'll be interesting to see. Dead Strange, Hot Toys, that one's coming in soon. Star Race Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, that's going to be a companion piece to the Blitzway 6th scale Ghostbusters that we reviewed recently. Got the Dragon in Dreams Maverick, Tom Cruise from Top Gun. All that and lots more. Also as well, you know, if there's enough of a response, more 12th scale, there'll be more retro reviews. Lots of stuff coming up. Suffice it to say, lots of stuff coming up. So to avoid missing anything, hit that bell notification icon, hit that subscribe button. And a massive thank you to everybody who's already done that. So without further ado, let's zip on over to the Detolf. All it remains for me to say is take care of yourselves and happy collecting.